Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, your manifestation efforts just don't seem to work? You meditate, you visualize, you try to stay positive, but nothing's shifting. What if I told you that the key to successful manifestation might actually be embracing negativity? Sounds counterintuitive, right? But stick with me for a minute. We've all been taught that in order to manifest our desires, we need to maintain a positive mindset, that we have to vibrate higher, be happy, and think positive to attract what we want. But here's the thing, that's only part of the equation. For over 16 years, I've helped countless people manifest everything from wealth to relationships, and here's the surprising truth I've discovered along the way. Sometimes being negative is exactly what you need to get results. Negative emotions, experiences, and even states of mind aren't the enemies we've been taught to believe. In fact, embracing them fully could be the missing link in your manifestation process. So, if you're feeling stuck or like your reality isn't reflecting your desires, maybe it's time to stop resisting the negative and start using it to your advantage. Let's dive deeper into how negativity can actually supercharge your manifestations. Negative energy is frequently perceived as a hindrance to manifestation, something to be avoided or overcome. However, when harnessed properly, negative emotions can serve as a powerful catalyst for creativity and innovation. Instead of suppressing or denying negative feelings, we can use them to fuel our desire for change, progress, and success. Think about the great creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries throughout history. Many of them have turned their struggles, frustrations, and challenges into groundbreaking work. Steve Jobs, for instance, was known for his intense perfectionism and often harsh demeanor. Yet it was this very energy that drove Apple's success and the revolution of technology we now rely on. His emotional intensity, often rooted in frustration with the world around him, pushed him to innovate beyond what seemed possible. Negative emotions like anger, frustration, and sadness can trigger a deep internal need for transformation. When we channel these emotions intentionally, they can ignite a fire of determination and innovation. Rather than seeing negative energy as something to be feared, we can choose to embrace it and use it as fuel to push forward, solve problems, and create meaningful change. Creative manifestation doesn't always come from a place of peace and positivity. Sometimes it arises from a deep, unshakable desire to change our circumstances, born from the very negative energy we might have once tried to escape. By embracing our full emotional spectrum, we open ourselves to limitless possibilities. Embracing duality, understanding that everything has an opposite, holds profound spiritual significance. The universe operates on the principle of duality. Light and dark, good and bad, positive and negative. These seemingly opposing forces exist together, and recognizing their interconnectedness is key to spiritual growth and self-awareness. By accepting duality, we open ourselves to deeper insights into the nature of existence. Every positive experience is often accompanied by a challenging counterpart, and it is in navigating these contrasts that we truly evolve. For example, in moments of hardship, we uncover our strengths, resilience, and true desires. The dark moments in life push us to seek the light, and this search leads to personal growth, understanding, and spiritual clarity. When we resist duality, trying to only focus on one side, such as pursuing constant positivity, we deny a crucial aspect of our human experience. Spiritual growth comes from acknowledging both sides, the light and the dark, because they shape our reality and guide us on our journey. By accepting that life is full of contrasts, we can better understand our true self and what we truly want in life. Manifestation is not just about positive thinking. It is about aligning with the natural flow of duality. By accepting both the challenges and triumphs, the struggles and the successes, we create space for balance and harmony, allowing us to manifest our desires from a place of deep self-awareness. Through embracing duality, we grow spiritually and become more aligned with our true path. While positivity is often emphasized in manifestation practices, overemphasizing it can actually hinder our ability to manifest our true desires. The pressure to maintain a positive mindset at all times can lead to suppressing negative emotions that are just as important in the process of manifestation. In reality, all emotions, positive or negative, serve as valuable indicators and tools for growth. When we reject negative emotions, we create internal conflict. This conflict comes from the denial of part of ourselves and the reality of our emotional state. Rather than confronting and understanding negative emotions, we may attempt to push them away, which blocks their natural flow and ultimately hinders manifestation. Negative emotions like fear, anger, and sadness can point to areas of our lives that need attention, healing, or transformation. By ignoring these emotions, we miss the opportunity to address underlying issues that may be preventing us from moving forward. Manifestation isn't about pretending to be happy all the time or denying our struggles. It's about embracing the full spectrum of our emotions, both positive and negative, and using them as a guide to realign with our desires. When we fully acknowledge and accept our emotions, we allow the energy to flow freely and without resistance, which is essential for manifestation to occur naturally. In short, rejecting negative emotions limits our potential to manifest. The key is to find a balance, embracing both positivity and negativity as a pathway to deeper self-awareness and a more powerful manifestation process. The ego is often portrayed as something to be eliminated or transcended in spiritual practices. However, the ego is an essential part of our being, and when we understand and integrate it, we can manifest more effectively. The ego is not inherently bad. It is simply a part of us that helps navigate the physical world and protects us from harm. It shapes our desires, motivations, and how we interact with the world. Rather than trying to eliminate the ego, it is more productive to learn how to integrate it into our manifestation process. The ego, when understood, can become a powerful ally in aligning with our true desires. It helps define what we want and drives us to take action toward those goals. By embracing the ego, we gain clarity on what truly matters to us, allowing us to focus on the desires that align with our authentic self. When we try to suppress or ignore the ego, we create inner conflict and resistance, which can block the flow of manifestation. Instead of fighting the ego, we can learn to work with it, recognizing its role in our lives while also understanding that it doesn't define who we are at a deeper level. This integration allows us to navigate both the spiritual and physical realms with greater ease and confidence. By aligning the ego with the universe's flow, we harness its energy and direct it toward manifesting our true desires, leading to a more harmonious and effective manifestation process. Negative emotions often get a bad reputation, seen as obstacles to happiness or success. However, they play a vital role in our personal growth and self-discovery. Far from being something to avoid, negative emotions are powerful tools that reveal the areas of our lives that need attention, healing, and transformation. These emotions act as signals, pointing to unresolved issues or unmet needs that require our focus. When we allow negative emotions like anger, sadness, or frustration to surface, we create the space for introspection. These emotions often arise when something in our life doesn't align with our true desires or values. Instead of pushing them aside or pretending they don't exist, we can choose to engage with them. By doing so, we gain valuable insights into our beliefs, patterns, and past experiences that may be influencing our current reality. For example, feeling angry about a particular situation can reveal deeper feelings of powerlessness or unmet expectations. Recognizing this allows us to take steps toward healing those wounds and shifting our perspective. Likewise, feelings of sadness may point to areas of our life where we need more self-love or self-compassion. Negative emotions don't need to be feared. They are gateways to greater self-awareness. When we honor them and explore their messages, we gain clarity on the paths we should take to fulfill our desires. By embracing these emotions, we pave the way for healing, growth, and the manifestation of a more authentic life. Guilt is one of the most powerful emotions that can act as a significant block in the manifestation process. It's a self-imposed prison that traps us in a cycle of self-judgment, preventing us from moving forward and fully embracing our potential. When we carry guilt, whether it's about past actions, decisions, or feelings, we subconsciously prevent ourselves from manifesting our desires. Guilt creates an energetic blockage, making it difficult to attract the abundance and success we seek because it ties us to negative emotions and thoughts that hold us back. The key to breaking free from this block is to let go of guilt. Holding on to guilt is often a result of feeling like we don't deserve success or happiness, or that we've done something wrong that we can't undo. This mindset keeps us in a state of shame, which not only affects our emotional well-being, but also keeps us from aligning with the energy of manifestation. In order to manifest our desires, we must first embrace self-acceptance. Self-acceptance involves acknowledging who we are, including our flaws, mistakes, and imperfections, without judgment. Once we accept ourselves fully, without guilt or shame, we create the space to move forward. We free ourselves from the emotional baggage that holds us back and open up to the possibilities of what we can create. Letting go of guilt is a crucial step in manifesting success, because when we accept ourselves, we align with our true potential and begin to manifest from a place of empowerment. Trauma and struggles, though painful, can often become the driving forces that propel us toward success. While it's natural to want to avoid pain, the truth is that our most challenging experiences often hold the key to unlocking our greatest potential. When we face adversity, we are forced to dig deeper within ourselves, discovering strengths we never knew we had. These difficult moments shape us, molding our resilience, determination, and capacity for growth. Trauma and struggle can act as catalysts, pushing us to rise above our circumstances. Instead of allowing these experiences to define us negatively, we can choose to view them as opportunities for transformation. Many successful individuals, including entrepreneurs and innovators, have shared that their greatest achievements came as a result of overcoming personal hardships. The pain of loss, rejection, or failure motivated them to push forward, create new solutions, and ultimately rise to a level of success they hadn't imagined. These experiences often shift our perspective on life and help us clarify our true desires. When we face trauma, we are forced to reconsider what really matters and what we're willing to fight for. This clarity enables us to set goals that are aligned with our authentic selves. The resilience built through struggle can also help us face future challenges with a stronger mindset, knowing that we have the inner strength to persevere. Trauma and struggle can be powerful fuels for success. By transforming pain into purpose, we can manifest dreams that once seemed impossible. Heart healing is a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of manifestation. While many people focus on the mind, visualizations, affirmations, and positive thinking, the true power to manifest comes from the heart. The heart is not just a physical organ, it is the center of our emotions, intuition, and connection to the universe. When we heal our heart, we tap into the energy of love, which is the most powerful force for attracting what we desire. Heart healing is about releasing emotional blockages and past wounds that prevent us from fully aligning with the flow of the universe. Negative emotions like fear, guilt, or resentment can create resistance, limiting our ability to manifest our dreams. By healing the heart, we remove these obstacles and open ourselves up to receive the abundance and success that we desire. When our heart is healed, we operate from a space of love, which naturally attracts positive energy and opportunities into our lives. Manifesting from the heart is about authenticity and connection. The heart's energy is in perfect harmony with the universe, and when we align with it, we become a magnet for our desires. Rather than pushing or forcing outcomes, heart healing allows us to effortlessly attract what is meant for us, as we are in tune with the natural rhythms of life. To unlock your manifestation power, focus on healing the heart. By nurturing this center of love, you can effortlessly draw in what you truly want, creating a life filled with abundance, joy, and fulfillment. The law of polarity is one of the fundamental forces that govern the universe. It teaches us that everything has an opposite, light and dark, good and bad, love and fear. These opposing forces are not separate, they are interconnected, creating balance and harmony. When it comes to manifestation, understanding and embracing the energy of polarity is essential to attract what we truly need in life. In manifestation, we often focus on positive energy, trying to maintain an optimistic mindset and avoid negative emotions. However, true power comes from understanding that both positive and negative forces are necessary. The key is not to reject negativity, but to embrace it as part of the natural flow of life. The energy of contrast, positive and negative, creates movement and growth. Without darkness, there would be no light. Without fear, there would be no courage. Manifestation becomes more powerful when we recognize and use both energies to our advantage. For example, negative emotions like fear or frustration can be channeled as fuel for change and action. They highlight areas in our lives that require attention, pushing us to seek new solutions and paths. On the other hand, positive emotions like love and gratitude help us align with our desires and attract what we want. By embracing the law of polarity and balancing both positive and negative forces, we open ourselves to the full spectrum of manifestation. This balance creates the conditions for greater growth, transformation, and success. Resistance to our current circumstances often keeps us stuck, preventing us from manifesting the life we desire. When we resist the reality of where we are, whether it's due to negative emotions or external challenges, we inadvertently create more struggle and frustration. This resistance builds an emotional wall that prevents the natural flow of energy, making it difficult for manifestation to occur. To break free from this cycle, the key is to find peace in your current reality. This doesn't mean accepting things passively or resigning to a life of stagnation. Instead, it's about embracing where you are, acknowledging your emotions, and accepting the present moment without judgment. When we stop fighting against our circumstances, we release the tension that blocks the flow of manifestation. Learning to find peace in your current reality, including negative emotions, allows you to shift your energy. Negative emotions, like anger, fear, or sadness, often arise because there is something in your life that requires attention. Rather than pushing them away, try to understand their message. By doing so, you transform resistance into awareness, which accelerates the process of manifestation. When you accept where you are right now, you stop feeding the resistance that delays your desires. This shift in mindset frees up energy, allowing you to focus on the steps you need to take to move forward. The more you find peace in the present moment, the quicker you align with the energy needed to manifest your desired outcomes. Manifestation isn't just about trying to feel good all the time or relying on temporary bursts of positive emotions. True manifestation comes from shifting your core vibrational frequency, the underlying energy that guides your thoughts, actions, and experiences. Our core frequency is deeply connected to our beliefs, emotions, and overall state of being. It's not about forcing ourselves to feel happy or positive, but about aligning our energy with what we truly desire at a fundamental level. Fleeting emotions, whether positive or negative, come and go. They're part of our human experience. While they can provide temporary boosts or challenges, they don't define our long-term potential for manifestation. Lasting change comes from shifting the deeper frequency that underpins how we experience the world. When you align your core frequency with your desires, you naturally begin to attract situations, people, and opportunities that resonate with that energy. Shifting your core frequency involves working on your inner self, your beliefs, values, and attitudes, so that they align with the life you want to create. This is where true transformation happens. It's not about constantly striving for happiness, but about becoming a match for your desires in a deep, authentic way. When your energy is in harmony with what you want to manifest, you will attract it effortlessly. The key is to focus on raising your vibration at the core, not just on momentary emotions. This deep alignment with your desires ensures lasting transformation and a consistent flow of manifestation. The power of non-judgment in manifestation is incredibly transformative. Often, we label our experiences, emotions, and situations as good or bad based on our personal beliefs and conditioning. These labels create mental boundaries, limiting our ability to fully experience the present moment and blocking the flow of manifestation. When we label something as bad, we resist it, and that resistance prevents us from seeing the potential for growth or transformation in those situations. Non-judgmental awareness allows us to step outside of these labels, offering a new perspective. Instead of immediately categorizing events as positive or negative, we allow ourselves to experience them without preconceived notions. This shift in perception opens the door to new possibilities. We begin to see each moment as a chance for growth, learning, and alignment with our desires, regardless of how it initially appears. When we stop judging, we can tap into the universal rhythm, the natural flow of life. This flow is not bound by dualities like good and bad. It simply is. By aligning with this rhythm, we create a deeper connection with the universe, allowing our desires to manifest naturally. We stop forcing outcomes or fighting against life's circumstances, and instead trust the process, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. Embracing non-judgment in our manifestation journey allows us to surrender to the present moment. This creates the space for greater abundance and success to flow into our lives as we stop resisting and start allowing. Thanks for sticking with me through this deeper dive into manifestation. I know this might have been a different perspective than what you're used to, but I hope it helped shift how you think about negativity and the law of attraction. Remember, embracing all parts of yourself, both positive and negative, is key to unlocking your true manifestation power. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you find it hard to accept negative emotions? Or have you had success manifesting even when you weren't feeling your best? Drop a comment below and let me know your experiences or thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive even deeper into manifestation, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. I've got plenty more tips and insights coming your way. Thanks again for watching, and remember, manifestation is all about alignment, no matter where you're at. Catch you in the next one.